Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. I want to give a shout out to Jyoti, Crystal, and Jason from the Starseed community in Montclair. Gave me a chance to come to New Jersey in your hip community. I appreciate it so much. Your combination of yogic and shamanic teachings will stay with me forever. When you practice yoga, it's clear that there are two paths, the path of proximity and the path of investigation. Proximity means you hang out in the guru and the aura of the teacher, and something gets passed along to you, some kind of osmosis. Like they said, I didn't go to my rabbi to learn Torah. I just wanted to see the way he buckled his shoes. You want to hang out with people who are embodying, in a very unself-conscious way, a higher state of consciousness. Now, it's true that in the East, they give a high value to the power of the introverted mind to self-liberate. That's why they say meditate, follow the path of the Buddha, or all the yogis. And of course, you have to do that amidst problems. Life is just a lot of problems that you have to face. But like the pearl, which is begun by an irritation in the oyster, those things that rub you the wrong way turn out to be the things that polish you, refine you, sandpaper the rough edges out, so to speak. And like a diamond, what's the difference between the diamond and the coal? Time and pressure. That you have to hang in there over a long time and face the vicissitudes of life, the inevitables, which is not difficult, which is not easy to do, right? It's difficult. But once you understand that trouble is opportunity in work clothes, and once you see that work is a kind of blessing, and that the work you do is a signature of your consciousness, and then if you remember that in every adversity is the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. So when one door closes, another door opens. And you learn to ride what I call inertia, either at rest or at movement. Remember, inertia, things going in a certain direction tend to keep on going unless some forces introduced to stop them, and things that are at rest stay at rest until another force is introduced to get them moving. So you have to look at those two things in your life. What's already going like a juggernaut? Do you need to stop that, even though its momentum is strong? And what's dead in the water? How do you need to give it a jump start so it's no longer lying there doing nothing belly up, but now it's moving in a certain direction? And of course, a lot of this has to do with the suggestions that you give yourself. Yoga and mantra, in a certain way, is a certain kind of vibratory suggestion that you give yourself, and then you raise your level to the level of the mantra or the vibration. So in affirmation, that has to do with initially listening to somebody else telling you how to use positive mental affirmation to get your computer in the brain aligned with the values that you find are significant and meaningful to you. So even if somebody else gives you a suggestion first, right, the idea is eventually you learn to give yourself the suggestion, and then after a while, when you live in the life, it becomes like an auto-suggestion working for you without you consciously having to prime the pump, so to speak. That's why I always say, go to my Gabriel Halpern website, look at the affirmation archive. I don't expect you to remember it word for word, but you'll put together 2 or 3 words that really zing for you, and then you'll start to learn, oh, those are the words that I need to tell myself. I need to create my own words, and then you're on your own. So remember that it's nice if we could cure every disease that we face, but you can't always cure everything. You can heal yourself, even though sometimes you can't cure the symptoms. Remember, yoga teaches you to cure what need not be endured and endure what cannot be cured. So whether you're facing genetic or hereditary problems, whether you're facing neglect and abuse from your own lifestyle, or where there's an imbalance of the elements, yoga will give you the tools to help you bring you back to a healing modality in your life. And then once you realize that as you practice, the perceived limit is not the actual limit, it changes quite a bit as you practice. And then once you realize that you can't just put your pedal to the metal as if it's a sprint race, life is more like a hurdle race. You try to get up your steam, and all of a sudden you got to jump over an obstacle. Somebody should have told you at the beginning that's what's going to happen. Then you're not upset when you have to face those obstacles, to run around or jump over, and eventually you can learn how to do it without losing your stride. An amazing idea. So I hope that you find a teacher or a teaching that helps empower you and encourage you, even though encouragement is like a medicine, it's not like a food. You have to learn eventually to feed yourself and encourage yourself. But you're going to do it by your interaction with a teacher. And it's not always easy. Sometimes it seems that they make your life difficult. Or as I like to say from the old Kung Fu series, when you can take the pebble from my hand, you are ready to leave. The pebble is still there, you got to do more teaching. Or in modern day, I say, when you can take the remote from my hand, you can watch any channel you want. And so I'll leave you with this last conundrum to face so you know how you're doing on your path. When do you know you've gone beyond your teacher? When I ask you these questions. When you fell asleep last night, did you fall asleep on an inhale or an exhale? Don't know. And when you woke up this morning, did you wake up on an inhale or an exhale? Don't know. Find out. Let me know when you get to that answer.